now available in paperback and e-readers. Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess. The goddess next door takes on the threat of a deadly digital diva driven to destroy the world in this action-packed, all-new Isis series adventure. Get Isis, Revenge of the Cyber Goddess featuring a bonus pin-up and the other 2 books in the Cyber Goddess saga at online bookstores everywhere today. One of my viewers wanted me to speak on the subject of women who put their families before their boyfriends and their husbands. And he says that he knows somebody who's been with a woman for 5 years and she's more concerned about her family more than him. Now, when I take a critical examination of the situation he's described, this is a woman who clearly does not understand her role as a woman under God's natural order. Now, a woman who understands her role as a woman under God's natural order understands her role is to be a helpmeet and a support to a man in a marriage. And if she is serious about getting involved with that man in a marriage, then she's going to make that man a priority and she's going to put that man first. So if a woman is out here and she's putting her family before you, then she's not really serious about committing to you, because any woman who understands her role as a woman and is secure about her womanhood, she's going to want to be serious about making this man a priority and starting to talk about getting serious about becoming a wife to him and start talking about building with him. But when a woman is insecure, she will make her family a priority over the man because she's afraid of cleaving to that man. Because according to the Bible, a woman is supposed to stay with her family until she decides to marry that man. And once she marries that man, she is supposed to forsake her mother and father and her family and be one with that man. And it's clear to me that if this woman has been with this man for 5 years and she's more concerned about her family, then she's not really serious about making a commitment to that man. Because when a woman wants to make a commitment to a man, usually what she does is she's starting to make plans to pull away from her family, and she wants to pull away from that family because she wants to become one with that man, and she wants to leave her family so that she can cleave to him. And she wants to cleave to him because she wants to become a part of him and become a part of his family. Because once that woman goes out here and marries that man, then what she is doing is she is leaving her family and then joining with that man. And when they join with that man, they form their own family. And when they form their own family, that woman is looking to submit to that man and be under that man's authority. So when that woman goes out here and is serious about getting involved with that guy, she's going to say, look, I love my mother and I love my father, I love my family, and I care about my family, but I'm getting ready to form my own family with that man because I love this man and I want to be under God's order and authority with this man, and I trust the Most High God and this man to be a providers for me. And I know that if the Most High has given me this man, he will go out here and be my provider and my protector, and I have all the faith in the Most High and that man to take care of me. But it seems like this woman has some serious insecurities as related to trying to make that commitment to this man, because has sitting here for over 5 years and still more concerned with her family than him. So she's still attached to her family and is still has a connection with them and is really, as I see it, extremely insecure about severing that bond with that man. Not that man, but that family. And that's something that, again, a woman has a serious problem with when she's not serious about committing to a man. Because usually, when a woman is serious about making a commitment to a man, she's going to bring that man to the family and let them know this is the boyfriend or this is the man I'm getting ready to marry. And usually they come and they're not going to say boyfriend, they're going to say this is the man I am getting ready to marry. And they're going to let the family know that, look, this is the man that I want to spend my life with. And most times the parents are grateful for that because now this woman is leaving the house and she's getting ready to become a woman who becomes a wife and is looking to serve a man. But it looks like to me she has some issues as related to submitting to this man, because to sit there for 5 years and focus more on her family shows that she's not really interested in serving this man as a wife, and she's not really interested in really bonding with this man as a wife. So there's some serious issues here, and the viewer goes on to say that the brother is jealous of this man, and that's a real problem because that shows that there's a bit of a codependent relationship between the brother and the sister, because the brother, while he's trying to protect his sister, has to understand that once this woman gets involved with a boyfriend and is considering this man for marriage, his role as a brother, as a protector, is supposed to end, because that's that husband's role now, and that's his job to take care of that woman's needs. So he doesn't need to get involved at all. So he needs to understand that you got to cut ties with your sister, because that's not your job anymore. Because once she gets involved with this man, that's his job to be her leader. That's his job to be her protector. That's his job to be her provider. That's his job to be her teacher. And she's supposed to be part of his house. She's no longer going to be part of the house that you were a part of as children, because this is all part of her becoming a woman under the standard of the Most High living God. But a lot of children, they over the last 50 years, were never really taught the role of a woman, and that's what it looks like here. We have a woman who is in her 30s who really doesn't understand her role as a woman under the Most High, and she's more worried about supporting her brother as much as her man, but it's not her job to support her brother. No, it is her brother's job to support himself. It is her brother's job to take responsibility for himself, and it is her brother's job to go out here and take care of business for himself. That is not her job. Her job is to commit to that man if she's serious about marrying that man and becoming her husband. And it's her job to want to go out here and be the best wife to that man. But because she doesn't really understand her role as a woman, she's got a real messed up mindset, and she's still really, as I see it, very scared about leaving her family because she's still codependent on them. And because she's got all this fear, she's afraid of forsaking mother and father and brother and cleaving to her husband. And that's what's preventing her from really committing to that man, because a woman, again, as the Bible states, is supposed to, once she's really serious about committing to a guy, she's supposed to be really thinking about being committed to her husband and being committed to him in a relationship fully by putting him first, because that's what the man is going to do when he's thinking about marrying a woman. he's going to be thinking about putting her as the main priority because they are working together towards building their own family and they're working towards building their own household. And they do this out of, again, love because they love each other and they want to be there for each other. But there's something really preventing this woman from bonding with this man. And I believe she's got some serious fears, really, about this man being a provider. And that's why she's putting her family first. It's like an anchor. She wants to have that secure safety net of a family because she doesn't trust this man to be a husband. And this happens to a lot of women who want to put their family before you because they really don't trust you as a man to do your job as a man. And what happens is, because they don't trust you to do your job as a man, what they want to do is have that safety net of the family to fall back on. But that is what happens when a woman is not rooted in faith in the Most High, and she has all of these fears and insecurities about life in the world. And when you have a woman who is filled with these kind of fears, what happens is this lays the foundation for a relationship deteriorating because she, instead of having her eyes on her man 100%, she is always looking back at her family. And because she's looking back at her family, what happens is her man is not given all of the support he needs, and he's not getting his needs met. And because he doesn't get his needs met and he's being put dead last, what happens is the relationship is going to deteriorate. So women who put their families before their man are not going to really wind up in a place where they wind up getting married, because if you're not really committed to that man to the point where you will forsake your family to be with him to start your own family, then you're not really committed to a full relationship the way you're supposed to be. And women who do this don't really understand how they're really sabotaging their chances of success as related to marriage and related towards building their own families, because you have to be 100% dedicated to that man the same way he needs to be 100% dedicated to you, because both of you have to be 100% dedicated towards building your own family and building your own household. And that is why Jesus told people to forsake mother and father and cleave to each other, because when you cleave to each other, both of you are looking up at Jesus and the Most High God, and you're looking to him for guidance on building your family and building your household. Because if you're still connected to your mother and your father, then you're not focused on your Father in heaven, and you're not really focused on being a part of God's order. You're focused on being a part of your mother and father's family. And again, once you decide to marry that woman, then you are going to want that woman who is 100% with you. And again, when a woman is putting her family before you, and you're in a relationship with this woman for 5 years, and she's just not interested in committing to you, and she's more interested in her family, then this woman really is not serious about marriage, and she's still, again, scared of committing to you. So there's a lot of problems here with women who put their families before the man. And the big problem with them, as I see it, is they have a great fear of cleaving to their husband, and they have a fear of having faith in that husband. Because usually when a woman gets involved with a man, it doesn't take that much time for her to say, I'm ready to leave my family and be my own woman. Usually, most women, when they want to cleave to a husband, they do this in less than a year or even 6 months. When they see the man who is right for them, they know instinctively, this is the man I want to spend the rest of my life with. This is the man I want to be my husband. And this is the man I want to serve as a helpmeet and a support to. And this is the man I want to work with towards building a household and building my own family with, where I care for my own children. And those women, once they get that commitment and that dedication, they are going to forsake all others, and they're going to set boundaries for relatives, like what here appears to be this codependent brother who is jealous of another man when he should not be jealous of another man. If a sister finds a decent brother and this man is caring for this woman, taking care of her needs, and is taking responsibility over that woman, then he shouldn't be jealous, because that jealousy really comes from insecurity about being on his own. But a man who understands that his sister is a woman and has to do woman things, he understands that, look, I can't sit here and protect my sister. I mean, yeah, I could do that when she was little, but once she gets grown, my job is to step aside and let this husband take over. And once this husband takes over, then that's his job. It's not for me to get jealous of this man. It's for me to respect that man and respect his boundaries, because this woman is someone he's considering to be his wife. And as her leader, I need to respect his authority as a man. And again, this jealousy comes from insecurity, because he's looking for her to support him, but that's not her job. It is his job to take care of his own business. And he is in a codependent relationship with his sister and not an interdependent one, because in an interdependent relationship, the brother is going to be like, I got to get my own job, I got to make my own money, I got to take care of my own business, and my sister needs to be out here on her own with her own man and her own life, and I need to get my life in order. You're not going to get jealous of another man. He's going to understand that he has to go out here and be his own man. And yes, you will want to go out here and protect your sister from a predatory dude, but if this dude is on point, then he's going to say, look, I'm not going to get jealous about this man or have her talking about supporting me, because that's coming from a position of weakness. And a man coming from a position of strength, he's going to be like, okay, if this guy is cool, this guy is cool. I understand that if she gets involved with him, it's her decision. And she's, again, looking to be a wife of this man. And I can't get in the way of her getting married to this man. And again, 5 years just shows that this woman has serious commitment issues and codependent issues. And this is what happens when your woman is not really prepared to be a woman under God's order, and really does not understand her role as a helpmeet and a support to a man. Because a woman who understands her role as a man, as a woman, and understands how she's supposed to be when she's growing up, understands that, look, there's a point where I'm supposed to let my family go and become my own family unit. And the other family members understand this because they have read Jesus' word. And once they've read Jesus' scriptures, they understand, look, there's a point where we have to let her go, because that's what the marriage is all about. And that's why the father walks the woman down the aisle, because he wants the woman to know, okay, you have been given to this man, and now we are letting you go to become a part of his household. And now that we have given you to his household, you are now part of his family. But a lot of women, they're scared, and that's why they'll sit there and make their own family first, because they're too scared to commit to being with that man. And again, 5 years is just too long, because usually, again, when women are serious and men are serious, they make this decision in less than a year. And this woman really isn't really serious, as I see it, because she's still concerned with being a part of her family with her mother and her father, and she's not really serious about forsaking that family and being a part of his family. So when you have a woman who puts her family before you, that means she's putting you last. And if she's putting you last, then you need to really cut this woman loose, because this woman is basically wasting your time, and time is too precious to waste it on someone who isn't serious about making that commitment to you. Now, if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App. And if you want to request a video like this viewer did, you can donate to the Cash App or to the Patreon or the PayPal and drop your video topic there, and I'll see if I can make that video if I know something about that topic. And if you want to pick up my books on relationships, like Why 70% of Black Women Are Single, and or my other books in the SJS Direct imprint, like The Man Crisis or Stop Simping, you can find those books on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle format, Smashwords, the iBookstore, and Google Play. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe. Now available in paperback and e-readers, John Haynes, Taking Care of Business. The man who rules the world breaks in a brand new partner to help him take care of business in this action-packed, all-new John Haynes series adventure. Get John Haynes, Taking Care of Business at paperback and e-readers at online booksellers everywhere.